Hey ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Klaus here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Today we're on our Town Hall 9 account and we're gonna have a little bit of fun today. I do want to come straight up and say that I'm not feeling well today, so we're going to do a boost. We're gonna have some fun using some Barch, so it's like a Barch and chill episode. And then at the end of the stream, which will be a 1-hour stream, we will be purchasing the Clashversary pack, and it's going to be lit. It's going to be crazy because that means we're gonna have so much loot we're not gonna know what to do with ourselves. And what I love about this pack, guys, is that the gems themselves, 2,500 gems, would cost you 20 bucks. So basically you're buying $20 in gems and then you're getting 10 million golden elixir for free, 150,000 dark elixir for free as well. So it's going to be just an absolute monstrous loot grab, guys. And today is going to be a crazy day. So I will be investing $20 into this account today. By the way, all the money that I'm actually gonna spend came from Cash for Apps. I have a link down below in the video description. So if you guys want to get some free gems, and I used it to get these gems, the money for this, all you have to do is sign up with that and use my code Klaus to give me a kickback. And the reason why I want to do that is so that I can continue to pour gems into the account and keep boosting and, you know, doing fun stuff for the channel. So all that aside, guys, let's go out. We've got ourselves a Barch, and I'm not going to boost until after the first attack, and we're going to see what kind of loot we can get today. By the way, first time I've worn red during a stream with the new setup, and man, does it look red. I might have to do some color correction on the screen. But guys, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in today, as we are going to be enjoying some Town Hall 9 farming and just enjoying ourselves. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, special shout out once again to Jesper Lane for being our MVP from the last stream. So thank you, Jesper, for that. We'll go ahead and reset that. And first donation will be the MVP. And then after that, it'll be the largest donations. Now, guys, thank y'all again so much. Today, we're going to be taking it pretty easy because, again, I'm not feeling that well. I struggled. I actually really wanted to say, you know what, forget the stream. But hey, you know what? It is only as difficult and as stressful as I decide it's going to be. And so today, I've decided to just keep it simple with some Barch and chill. So, guys, thank y'all so much for your patience, as I will probably, my energy level will probably drop off a lot faster today than normal. But we'll be all right. We're gonna have a good time today because, as always, we've got each other, we've got the Klaus family, and we have the chat, so I can kick over and see what you guys are up to. And actually, I did see something here. Do you think Supercell will ever give the builder hut an upgrade? No, I do not believe they will ever give the builder hut an upgrade. Th9. Hi Klaus, how you doing today? Your boy's in the house. What's going on, Nathan? How you doing, man? Nathan is one of my beloved patrons, and actually we had a wonderful Patreon war with some randoms, as we called them, in this weekend, and we got matched up against a terrible engineering clan, and it was bad. So we lost by like 20 stars in a 50v50. It was not good, but we still had a good time hanging out. It was a blast. So for anybody out there that wants to be involved in the next Patreon war, be sure and join the Patreon team. There is a link again down below in the video description for that. And of course, the patrons will be accepted into the clan first, and then if there's any space after that, we'll fill it with randoms or, you know, whatever we decide to do. But either way, oh, here we go. Okay, so we finally found our first dead base for our Barch and chill today. I have got a dead base sitting on over 300,000 golden elixir and 27 dark elixir, or 2,700 dark elixir, which guarantees that all this loot is in the drills. So we got the corner huts. As soon as the corner huts drop, guys, we will go out and we'll wreck. There we go. They're all down. Now let's have some fun because all the loot is outside in the collectors and the mines. We've got Clan Castle Bowlers. I'm not sure how I ended up with those, but I've got Clan Castle Bowlers that I'm going to be using, and also my heroes. And today, because we're going to be celebrating Clashversary and purchasing that big free loot thing, we're going to definitely be doing a lot of fancy footwork on the base as far as upgrades are concerned. It's going to be amazing. And look at this, guys. We actually failed to get a lot of loot because the base is so compressed. This is actually an excellent base, like an anti-Barch base, if you can imagine. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, I don't know, what should we prioritize? We should prioritize this dark elixir, I think. I'm gonna use my king for this dark elixir out here, and hopefully, actually after this, there's nowhere for him to go. He might go north toward the cannon. No. Okay, so he's a goner. Okay, let's put the queen, and we're gonna use the queen actually to take out this this cannon, and then also the queen should get pretty much the rest. I'm using my Clan Castle Bowlers for these collectors and mines. Let me pop my queen's ability early because of this enemy king here. And the bowlers, I have single-handedly mutilated that elixir collector, which is beautiful, guys. And now the queen is going to step up and take out the altars, can help out with the archer tower, and now she's going to get busy on some storages. There's really no reason to keep her around because there's really not a lot of loot left, so let's go ahead and close out before she takes the plunge and see what we got. So we lost the attack, but big deal, no big deal. 350,000 gold elixir, 2,600 dark elixir, and we lost a grand total of 25 trophies, which is actually pretty bad, but that's okay. Let's get the next Barch army going. So that is it there. Let's request for, oh, I requested for bowlers or Valkyries. That's cool. And now let's start our boost, guys. Let's do a boost together. For those of you that are just turning in, thank you so much. We're just enjoying a relaxed Tunnel 9 Barch and chill session. Well, I don't feel that great, to be honest with you, but it's okay. We're gonna have some fun anyway. We're gonna boost together. So everyone get your devices out and get ready, because here we go. In 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, so we got our Barch boosted. We're gonna boost our heroes. I'm not gonna bother with Spell Factory because I don't use spells a lot with my Barch. So while my heroes wake up, let's go back out and find us another base, and hopefully we can find one that's kind of weak, kind of lame. That way we can take it out without needing our heroes, and we can get as much loot as we possibly can. Hooah! Klaus, I assume that you know that most of your viewers are teenagers. Do you plan on changing the time of your streams when all go back to school in a few weeks? Actually, yes, that's been something on my mind, Nick. That's really a really good thing to consider. So yes, I actually do completely intend on changing my schedule around once school starts, and then we'll have to go from there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Hey, Klaus, you are so cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try. I'm normally a lot more enthusiastic. I feel like I'm doing all right so far, but I'm normally a lot more enthusiastic, but today I'm just dying. Like I don't feel like doing anything. By the way, this reminds me, I don't know how it reminded me, but it reminds me that we actually have a stream of base reviews that we're going to be doing after this stream. So definitely stick around, tune in for that as well, because we always have a good time. It's again a really easy thing, a chill thing. It's not like doing a live war attacks or trying to pull off queen walks every army. It really is easy and fun, and we have a good time. So base reviews after this, and also it is July 31st. So for those of you that are interested, we're going to be doing we're actually announcing the winner of a giveaway at the end of the day today. So I recommend that if you do want to be involved and want to be you know, put into the lot there to be chosen to be a winner, go follow me on Twitter and retweet my pinned tweet, okay? If you do that, then you'll be put into the running to win the giveaway. And then after that, we're going to be doing weekly giveaways every single Saturday on my Twitter from now on. $10 giveaways, either Google Play or iTunes. It's going to be really good, and that's actually also sponsored by Clash with Apps. Cash for Apps, not Clash with Apps. Actually, Ash just sent me a message, so that threw me off. But either way, guys, lots of cool things coming up, so definitely follow me on Twitter. Also, I've got my Facebook and my Instagram links down below in the video description. If you do not like Twitter, do not have it, whatever, but I recommend to get it because it is free. But either way, one other thing is that whoever ends up with the most watch time collected over the entire month is going to receive a giveaway as well. That's today, and also starting, you know, in August and September. Just whoever has the most stream watch time is going to receive a giveaway as well, and that will be announced during our base review stream today after this stream. So it's going to be good. We got a lot going on today. Lots of fun times, lots of giveaways, lots of action, lots of adventure, lots of love. It's going to be good. So you don't understand how amazing you are. It is not just an eh. Oh, I read the same guy's message twice. That is so funny. Thank you so much, man. You're really, I really do appreciate it. You're amazing, dude. We will find ourselves a Barch raid, guys. So today we're just barching. Barch and chill. I didn't put it in the title because I didn't realize I was going to barch until the stream started. But I have Barch already trained up. So we've got ourselves an army going. And it's good because Barch is super chill. It's super cheap. So for instance, right now what we're doing is we're just trying to farm up and just overall stuff like gold, elixir, dark elixir. We're trying to farm everything. So Barch is an excellent choice because it's super cheap. So you can actually get elixir, which is a rare thing, a difficult thing to do. Now, fortunately for us, we are actually able to do we've already finished all of our elixir upgrades. And so today, all the elixir will be going into our walls, which is excellent because we've got a lot of work that we still need to do on walls. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic and excellent, and I cannot wait for that. If you can't find a base, change to Lunian. Oh, definitely. That is always the option that I am willing to accept. I love me some Lunian. I don't like Lunian's cost. I don't like the fact that it costs you Dark Elixir. I don't like that it costs you a lot, like 200,000 plus Elixir. So I mean, I've been lately trying to stay away from Lunian just because I did a lot of it, you know, in the coming days. But it's definitely very, very good. You know, it's very, very good. It's a great army. And here's a decent dead base. I mean, it's got a couple 100,000 gold, you know, about 200,000 elixir, 872 dark elixir. I mean, because we're boosted, we can go ahead and take this and we'll have an army ready for us. So let's go ahead and take this base and grab as much of this loot as we possibly can. Hopefully we can get all of it. We don't have our heroes to back ourselves up. We're likely going to lose the attack once again because I don't even remember. Have we upgraded our Barch on this account? This is my 1009 account, my mini account. My main account is actually a max 1010 aside from a few walls and lab upgrades. So we're very, very close to going to Town Hall 11. But because of that, I generally only play this account whenever I am streaming, which is fun because then you guys can really follow along. But at the same time, it's a problem because then I lose track of what I'm doing really easily. But here we go. So we're at 42%. We got all the loot, every single collector in mind. We ended up profiting quite a bit of golden elixir, a little bit of dark elixir. Again, Barch is nice because it doesn't cost any dark elixir. We got some clan castle troops. Our army is so ready to go. And let's do 120. Let's do 120 of these barbs here. There we go. And then we'll do the rest in archers, and that way I don't have the quick train set up, unfortunately. What happened? Oh, okay, my finger just slipped off the button. Okay, so we're good. We have finally entered into a league, which is good. We're in Crystal League, and now we can go back out with another full army. We got our heroes, we got our clan castle, and we can go back out and find us some more loot. Now this is like real life farming right here. For those of you that are out there and you might be just now tuning in, you're probably wondering, why is this dude using Barch? This is really boring. Well, that's because, and Barch is not boring, just kind of depends on what you're used to. But if you've seen other YouTubers, and I'm not going to drop any names, and I'm definitely not hating on them, but you know, for those of you that have seen guys that have posted farming videos where they're using like Valkyries or bowlers or whatever, that's not realistic farming for a Town Hall 9, especially Town Hall 9 because they don't have bowlers. But it's just like, what is the best way to farm? Well, that's by spending the least to gain the most, right? That's farming 101. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm barching with a very low cost army. Now it is limiting, and if I'm too high in the trophies, I won't find good bases. But if I find good bases, the profit margin is higher. And that's basic numbers, that's basic math, that's basic finance. And it's something that is hit or miss actually, because like with Lunian, you find these monster bases that have loot in the storages and you're able to just bulldoze the base, no big deal. But if you find a base that's got all that loot in your Barch, you can't do the same thing. So it's kind of a trade-off. It's like, do I go with the weaker army in order to gain more profit margin, but I'm limited on the bases I can hit? Or do I use an army like Lunian, which is a lot stronger, that costs more and requires me to be more picky with the strength of the bases that I hit? Or like with the, I'm not picky with the strength, but more like picky with the overall armies, like the overall base that I can hit. Like this, here we go, that's perfect. We found a base, we're at 450,000 elixir, and we're gonna profit over 400,000 elixir because of our loot bonus as well, as long as we win the attack. So this is perfect, guys. Let's be a little bit more strategical, that's a word, strategical, with our deployment. First of all, distract that mortar. We're gonna use some distractionary archer. Oh man, we missed the distraction. There we go, there's that. There, let's see, there's a whole bunch on these outside areas. What I want to do is I want to get that town hall as well. So let's deploy some barbarians, let's deploy some archers, and let's see if we can grab all these collectors and mines pretty easily. The idea is to use as little troops as possible to gain these buildings and take them out. And then we'll also do the same thing on the bottom. So is there a Tesla right there? Really? No, there's not. Okay. Sometimes there's Teslas on the outside, and just like Beaker, I don't like those Teslas on the outside of the base. Alright, so we're going to use these barbarians, these archers. We're going to grab these buildings for as little cost as possible. I didn't drop that many archers on this side, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. And then we'll get the top side as well. So there's that entire group, and then we'll use the same thing on this side. We'll grab this entire group here. This is also going to work as somewhat of a funnel, if you will, because the funnel is useful for keeping our barbarians and archers in so that we can go all the way through this side of the base. Now let's take out this army camp as well, and what that'll do is that'll definitely bottleneck our troops. And then I'm going to three-finger deploy barbarians and archers, all of them down here, and that's actually going to lock onto the rest of the loot, which is perfect. And then I'm going to use my king, my queen, and my bowlers. Pop my king's ability early, get through the wall. And what I'd like to do is I would like to get in there and take out that town hall if I can. So king should get through the wall pretty soon. There we go, he's through the wall there. The queen might have gotten distracted. Hopefully she turns around and goes after this king in here. Yes, perfect. All right, so we've got ourselves a very, very strong approach into this base where the ballers are going to grab this town hall. The queen's going to help out with that, and we don't have to spend any spells to get it done. So we didn't lose the attack. We're going to get that loot bonus, and also we got the enemy queen. Let's troll this enemy queen, pop the queen's ability, and wipe her out, and then let's close. Actually, we're so close to 50%. Can we get a 2-star? That would be fantastic if we can get that 2-star. All we gotta do is take out this mortar, and likely that's the 2 unless we need this dark spell factory. So that's perfect. That is gonna be the full, that's 2 stars, which is good. That's also gonna be the loot bonus. And this queen is pretty much in the you know, free. We're not gonna have to worry about the queen dying. So let's just let this attack keep going. The more percentage we get, the better loot bonus we get. And now she's stepping into the range of an archer tower. She's actually still not. This is perfect, guys. This queen is staying away from that archer tower. She's working on this clan castle, which unfortunately is one of the biggest HP buildings on the base. And all these bowlers down here are dead, so she's going to step into the range of the archer tower. I'm going to close out, and the loot grab was monstrous, guys, with 500,000 golden elixir, roughly, and almost 3,000 dark elixir. And the cost to us was only like 60,000 elixir for the Barch. And I think that is, oh wow, okay, so the previous army shows Barch with 4 rages. We're not using the rages, so if we subtract 4 rages, which cost about 33,000 apiece, that's 120,000 less. So that means that this army really does cost 60,000 elixir, and that 110 dark elixir you're seeing there is from the poison spell. So really nothing to worry about there. Let's get the I guess I've got to train all these manual. I'm going to actually create a quick train here in a moment, but let's do, again, let's do about 120, and then let's do the rest in archers there. I like to have more barbarians because they're a bit cheaper, and let's set up this quick train. I'm going to remove which one's the easiest one? The Looney's the easiest one to put together because it's simply 2 units, minions and balloons. So let's wipe this out. And then let's put in our barbarians and archers. That way it's an easier time clicking through all these. So 120 barbarians. And then 100 archers, there we go. And no spells, so this actually keeps it very, very quick, very, very cheap, and actually less gems because we don't have to gem the spell factory. So that's a full army of Barch, and actually with 120 barbarians, normally I do 110, 110, but with more barbarians, it's actually only 48,000 elixir, so that's perfect. The profit margin is even better. Let's request for some troops, and let's go out. I've got my troops, I've got my spells, I've got my heroes. It is time, guys, to get some more loot, and I love it because, as always, this base needs a lot of work. And look at this, another dead base. It's not, the loot grab is not fantastic, but you don't find a lot of these bases up here in Crystal League, at least not in my experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this base, and again, I'm gonna be a bit more strategic. Actually, should I just waylay this base? Actually, oh man, this is hard. Okay, so everything is kind of spread out pretty evenly, so I'm just gonna spam style Barch this base, and hopefully we can grab that 50 because the loot bonus is fantastic. And if not, that's all right. We'll live without it. So there's the barbarians. Here goes the archers. Try to keep everything in line. That way we don't have a fail. There we go. So everything is deployed. I've got my king, my queen for any supplemental grabbing that we need to do, any kind of grind that we missed out on. Looks like everything on the left-hand side is done. The right-hand side, that gold mine is going to go down. We got everything on the right except for that dark elixir drill, and everything on the left is grabbed as well. We've only got 38% though, so we're likely not going to get the loot bonus. We're likely not going to do that well with our heroes because they're only level 13 and 15. But it is, it's not bad at the same time. So let's see. We're definitely, I mean, with all the point defenses, this king's not going to last long. And then it's going to be GG. But let's see. Because if we can successfully clear out these point defenses, we might be able to get all the way in and take out this town hall if the king can get through that wall. Come on, barbarians. Come on. Oh, man, we barely missed out on getting through that wall, so I doubt that the queen is going to be able to be smart enough to go for that town hall. Plus, this Tesla here looks pretty dangerous, especially with that cannon surrounding as well. But, yeah, the queen died. Okay, well, that's fine because we still got all the loot, and that was not too bad at all. 249,000 gold and elixir. Again, 48,000 elixir cost, so that's 200,000 elixir all profit, 2,500 dark elixir. Not too dang shabby, guys. That was not too bad. And we got bowlers again from Chase. Shout out to Chase, man. Everybody give Chase some love in the chat. And by the way, I never renamed my army, so Lunian. This is not a Lunian. If you click the little cards button, you can actually name it. So I'm gonna name it BARCH. And by the way, I've gotten questions asked me saying, why in the world do you capitalize the A in Barch? Well, it's because it stands for the archers. B as in barbarians and A as in archers. So I capitalized both to kind of make it even more weird to look at. So there you go. There's your Barch. And did I even start the training for the next one? No, I'm not smart enough for that. There we go. So we got our Barch ready. Got a couple of minutes to go. Our heroes will wake up in 3 minutes. So what that means for us is that we can either wait about an extra minute or so, or we can go out and go ahead and attack without them, which I think we can because of Barch. So not too bad. Not too bad. Marching with you in Crystal League 2. That's right. That's what we do, man. Good job, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying this Barch session with me. And what else, guys? What else is going on? It's good to see you guys today as we enjoy a simple and straight up Barch session. Barch and chill, if you will. And obviously, as the title announces, guys, we're going to be celebrating the Clashversary. It's a 5x pack. We're going to spend $20, which is, if you click Treasury, $20 buys you 2,500 gems. And so you get the gems and you get all the loot for free. 150,000 Dark Elixir, which is monstrous. We get 10 million golden elixir, which is even more monstrous because our total capacity is 8 million. So we're gonna like max out and then some on our golden elixir storages. So we're just kind of boosting and barching just for the fun of it today. And then we'll fill up and spend all this loot at the end of the stream. So it's gonna be monstrous again, guys. And then after this, we'll kick over and do some base reviews to celebrate the end of the month, July 31st. Our top viewer of the month will get a giveaway. And then we've got giveaways going on Twitter. So again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, be sure and follow me on Twitter. Now, we've got our armies again, 20 seconds to go before our Barch is ready. We got about a minute, 2 minutes before our heroes are ready. So I think it's worth it for us to go do a little searching. The Barch army, if we go hit edit, it's 20 minutes to train up. And since boosting multiplies or divides the time by 4, it's actually 5 minutes per army. So it's really not that bad. It's a very efficient way to do it. And by the way, I saw in the comments, for those of you that are asking me about BAM, that's barbarians, archers, and minions. The only reason why you'd want to use that is if you're using the old meta of having, you know, the Dark Elixir troops training alongside the Elixir troops. And that was back whenever we would train individually by barracks. And now that it's all combined, you only get one troop training at a time. So back then, using both your barracks and your dark barracks gave you quicker armies, but now it's not that way. So using BAM is only if you just prefer it. I don't prefer it because BAM uses minions, and minions cost Dark Elixir. It may not be much, but it is something. Plus, if you use BAM, you've got to consider air targeting defenses like air defenses, while if you use just Barch, you don't. So it's kind of an easier thing to not have to think about Barch and air targeting defenses, while if you use BAM, it does cost you Dark Elixir, and you got to consider the air defenses and whatnot. So I consider using BAM a little wasteful, but it's not that bad. So if you use it, I'm definitely not going to judge. I think, you know, more power to you. I wish that I enjoyed it, but I don't. So either way, guys, we've got our army. We'll search for about a minute and a half, and then if we don't find anything, we will cut out and we'll go get our heroes and then come back and wreck another base. So, and we got some Clan Castle bowlers as well. Special thanks to, was it Chase? I don't remember. Special shout out to Chase for the loot, for the loot grabbing troops. And as always, oh my goodness, guys. Okay, we need some loot hype. We haven't done that today. We need some loot hype in the chat right now for a 500,000 gold grab, plus nearly that much in elixir and 3,900 dark elixir. And a lot of that's probably in the storages. Unfortunately, we don't have our heroes to kind of do any diving or anything, but we do have plenty of loot to grab these collectors in these mines. So let's be a little bit, because we don't have our heroes, let's be a little bit more efficient with how we do things. Let's snipe some buildings that are out of range of certain things. Like this is out of the range of that cannon, so that worked out good. None of these are outside the range. Okay, so we're pretty much sniping everything that we can. We're gonna get rid of that army camp out of the way just so we can focus our troops a little bit more on the important buildings. Also, we're gonna grab this gold mine, which is great because there's probably like 80,000 or something in that one gold mine. And that one little archer, baby Betty, is getting it done, standing next to that beautiful Christmas tree. Get it, girl. You are wonderful. You're marvelous. I can't even imagine. Look at that. Every shot is over 1,000 gold. Every shot's over 1,000 gold. Keep it up, baby. You're awesome. All right, kicking over here. We got an archer just by herself, just chilling. Gonna grab this elixir collector, and then she'll grab this builder hut. So no big deal there. And then once all these are done, we can kind of have a little bit more fun. We're gonna be a little bit more efficient with this, actually. So let's drop our barbarians and our archers down on that. Let's get our barbarians and archers down on this. Let's do the same thing over here, kind of doing some two-finger deployment. A little bit less surgical than earlier, but still staying fairly strategic and not spamming quite as much as we want it, as we like. I do enjoy my spam Barch just for the sake of fun, but all right, so we're gonna get rid of this gold mine. Go, buddies. Go. There's no splash damage, so there's no... Oh, there's a mortar. Okay. Sorry, barbarians, I didn't know. Okay, so we got everything there. We're gonna get, actually, we're gonna grab this camp, and then they should go directly at this elixir storage, or elixir collector, so that's really, really good there. Perfect. And then this dark elixir, oh, this is a priority. This is black cheddar right here. We need some of that stuff. Not black cheddar like mold, but more like dark elixir. So let's grab all this. Very, very nice. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, and then the dark elixir is over here. We also have a gold mine that we need to grab, so let's go ahead and do this. Now, the big question is, how are we going to grab that dark elixir out of that drill? And I think it's going to come down to using our bowlers, which is unfortunate because we don't have our heroes to kind of be as efficient as possible. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop our barbarians, we're going to drop our archers, and then we really need that cannon to go down. Once that cannon goes down, we can specifically target the, not the king, but I guess that's going to have to be the way it goes. The bowler's going to turn around. We got to poison spell the enemy king, and then these bowlers are going to single-handedly take out all this dark elixir. Watch this. Watch this. The bowler's taking out the elixir out of the storage and the dark elixir out of the drill. Perfect. And now all the dark elixir remaining is in the storages, so there's nothing we can do about that. I could drop a rage, but at this point, I think they're pretty much dead, and we did not win the attack. But again, I'm not really worried about trophies, and I don't really care. So let's get, again, some beautiful loot hype in the chat, guys, for 500,000 gold, 438,000 elixir, and 2,700 dark elixir, which is almost entirely profit because we did have to spend that 110 dark elixir poisoning spell, which is unfortunate. But that was amazing, guys. Perfect loot. And it's going to definitely add up over time. So there we go. We got that. We got our Barch training up now. Let's get the next one going. Let's also prioritize this poison spell, put it up ahead, and we can't request for troops for another 40 seconds, so we'll do that. We'll wait until our poison spell is done, because as you guys saw, without that poison spell, I don't know if we would have gotten that dark elixir. I mean, I'm thinking we probably would have, but there's no guarantees. So definitely happy that we grabbed that dark elixir, use those bowlers, and we'll request, maybe we'll get more, I don't know. I should probably be requesting for any. I think it's a little, I don't know, I feel a little bad for requesting for some heavy dark elixir troops every single attack. So I think what I will do is, we have 13 seconds to go, I'll change it to any, or, you know, whatever. You know what, I'm gonna put in a funny request this time. Let's see, 7, 6, 5. Oh my goodness, I can spend 1 gem and make this quicker, but it's all good. Here we go, there we go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna say anything to scare noobs with. And then we'll put in the smirk. There we go. Okay, anything to scare the noobs with, because we are chilling down here in lower Crystal League, and I don't really consider noobs in Crystal League. I kind of consider noobs like down in Bronze League, like my main account right now, but you know, whatever. All right, so we got it all down. We got just a couple minutes before our Barch is ready. Our poison spell's ready. Let's go ahead and go out. If we attack a real dead base, like a truly dead base, it won't matter, and it'll all be good. What's going on, Luis Sosa? How you doing, man? I always see you because you've got that handsome profile picture. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. And love me some chicken nuggets. Oh, Ryan, you're awesome. Well, that's sort of what you said, but anyway, here we go. So that is actually excellent dark elixir grabbing right there, but I highly doubt that we'll be able to get in there and get that dark elixir out of the storage. So let's go find us a true dead base. Again, because we don't have any poison spells or anything to help out with heroes or clan castle troops, it does need to be guaranteed to be a dead base for sure. And again, an excellent grab, but a lot of that loot is in the storages, and we just got Barch. So that is the main limitation, the main argument, the main gripe that I hear about Barch is how weak it is, and that you can't grab the you can't grab any of the loot. Like it's only dead bases, and that's whenever I say, well, then don't use Barch if you want to attack real bases. Use a Lunian, use the Boston Special Queen Walk Army, use whatever it is that you feel like using. Giga Barch, Giga Barch, Goblin Knife, any of those strategies dive into the middle of the base, sending your heroes, sending your bowlers or your Valkyries, whatever it is you have in your clan castle. It's you know, it is whatever, but you have to choose the exact correct army for you and what you want to do. So this is a decent base because we could technically use our archers and grab all the elixir out of the storages, which is actually nice. The dark elixir is grabbable on the outside, and we've got our king and our queen to do any tanking or distracting that we need to do. So that's really good. Most of the loot's actually on the upside, but we actually have some gold, or we actually have some loot everywhere in this base, so likely this won't go perfectly, but I'm willing to bet that it will go decently. So let's do a little bit of some spammage here. There's that, and then some more spammage over here. That is not to be confused with spinach. There's a big difference between spammage and spinach. All right, let's get our barbarians. Let's get our archers in behind. Make sure we target the key things, which would be the dark elixir drills and also this elixir storage. Look at this, guys. This, oh, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get in here and get this elixir, the storage, darn it. All right, and the same thing over here. What are we waiting for? Like, are we waiting on something? Is there a reason why we're waiting? Okay, so the archers are grabbing this one. That's perfect. So that's 1 out of 4, and that mortar completely just utterly wrecked me right there. All right, so we got to choose what we're going to do here. We got the dark elixir, so that was good. Now we need to go in and we need to grab the, we need to choose, okay? I'm going to have to sacrifice one of the storages, but that's just fine, I guess. Let's drop our barbarians out here. We're going to do a few archers, and then we'll use our king to hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll use our king and he will turn in and he will grab this elixir out of this storage. If he does not, or we could keep everything busy and these archers are great. That's fine too. King, if you could turn around and go after this archer tower, that would be perfect. There we go. Pop King's ability. The barbarians should at least come in. We got some clan castle balloons, which is terrible, and then the king goes after the gold storage. That's not good at all. So instead of tangoing with these balloons, guys, what I will do is I'm going to deploy this queen out here, pop her ability. We're going to grab this elixir. We're going to also grab that, and we're going to close out. And we ended up grabbing still a good amount of elixir, 200,000 elixir with, you know, subtracting the cost of our army, plus 1,200 dark elixir, all profit. The gold was crap, but that's okay. And we kind of took a gamble on that army. We took a gamble on that base, rather, but it's at the same time, it was enjoyable. I like the variety in Crystal League. So Crystal League is probably, for those of you that are maybe Town Hall 9s and up out there, Crystal League is likely the mother load of loot for you at Town Hall 9. However, there is a very wide variety of bases. There's a very wide variety of both dead bases with tons of loot and also living, breathing bases that are also going around preying on those dead bases. And so you have to be very careful what you hit, pay attention to what you're doing. And if you're lucky, and sometimes people are, sometimes people are not, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Either way, at the end of the day, it is all about being patient with your finds. So we've got about 5 seconds to go before our army is ready. I've got my next Barch ready to go, and we won't worry about the king. We got a whole minute to wait. So I've got, looking at my clock here, okay, I will wait for about a minute, and I will go back and get my king if we don't find a base. So it is all good, man. We will find ourselves a base, and it is going to be a solid thing. It's going to be a solid thing. Does that make sense? It's going to be a solid thing. I think it does, honestly. I think it does. Either way, king or queen, Klaus? Oh, the queen for sure. But I don't like overemphasizing one of the heroes over the other. I've seen people, and I did this at Town Hall 10. I fell victim to this, but I've seen people that only upgrade one hero. And unfortunately, at Town Hall 9, it's difficult because you have so many dang levels, right? But if you upgrade both heroes simultaneously, you're being twice as efficient because they're both down at the same time. So I recommend, and this is a strong recommendation from Klaus here, is that if you were to upgrade one hero, try to immediately put down the next. And I mean like the same day, maybe the same boost session to save up your dark elixir, and you can do that. You can actually have enough dark elixir to do both heroes simultaneously up to level 20 king and queen. So it's recommended that you do that you upgrade both heroes at the same time because it is twice as efficient. You get through that hero grind of missing one or the other twice as fast. And while your heroes are upgrading, just use some Goblin Knife or Gigabarch to grab some Dark Elixir, or even Lunian, which again is a lot less efficient on Elixir, but it is still a good thing to do. Now, here we go, guys. We have ourselves a ton of gold and elixir. Let's get some loot hype in the chat once again, because this grab here is utterly gorgeous. And I'm going to start out by removing the corner buildings. And then what? Can we snipe anything? We can. We could snipe that elixir. Can we snipe? Nope, because there's a mortar over there. Nope. So this is a pretty well defended base. I got that army camp out there, so we can get that army camp out there as well. Can we get this gold mine? Probably not. This king is like, what's going on? I hear things, but I don't see things. I see things, but can't. No, I don't think I see things. I just don't know. Look at that. He won't even get he won't even get off his altar. He's like right next to his altar. He's like afraid. There we go. The barbarian made him mad, and now he's all about getting the revenge, even though I just took a whole bunch of buildings down. All right, so now guys, let's be a little strategic about this. Most of the buildings are in one specific spot. So let's take care of this specifically, because the enemy queen is out here and dealing with her is not going to be fun. So let's poison the enemy queen right off the bat. She should actually go down pretty fast because she's only level 5. So that is done. The enemy queen has been trolled. Excellent job, troops. Nicely done. We're going to get the gold. We're going to get the dark elixir, and actually distracting the cannon with those archers was excellent. So we got all that loot. Now there is a bunch of buildings out here. Let's get these up here next. We're gonna drop a few barbarians, a few archers, getting a little more stressful, strategic, and strategical. That's a word on all these buildings, but that's okay because the turnaround for these is excellent. A lot of elixir in both of those collectors. So there we go. Now let's have a little fun. Actually, let's get these nextly, and then we'll have a little fun with some spam. We got our barbarians and this king over here. We got a very nasty mortar one-shotting our Barch troops. That is not acceptable, sir. Let's keep these archers alive. We need a lot more barbarians, actually. We need a lot more archers as well. So we'll kill that enemy king. We trolled both heroes. I like that a lot. And we'll get this dark elixir out of this drill. Most of this dark elixir in this base is in that storage, and we're not going to get there. So now let's have some fun with some spam, guys, as the rest of the buildings are kind of all together, which is an unusual thing, but that's just because we were smart and we did this the right way. So there we go. Barbarians and archers are down. We got our queen, and just in case we want to, you know, snipe something else. And I think we got pretty much all the loot that we have access to. So let's try to get a storage next. It looks like the only storage that's available is probably that gold. That's a rage spell. We're gonna rage our queen prematurely, so that was good. Sometimes you've just got to rage the grass. Sometimes you just got to rage the grass, and that's what we did. That's what we did that time. Let's have some rage grass hype in the chat right now. All right, so the queen is up ahead. She just took out one of the X-bows. We're not going to get that victory, so let's go ahead and close that before the queen dies. And still, even though we didn't get the dark elixir out of the storage, we still profited a little, which is good. And we got a ton of gold and elixir, so that was very, very nice. And now, guys, because it took a while for that attack to take place, we are actually in an advantage because we're almost completely ready for the next army. So let's smack that Barch button. Both our heroes are awake. We've got our poison spell arriving in just a few minutes, and then we're going to be good to go. Yeah, let's rage that grass, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was a good way to do it, right? I'm pretty sure that there is nothing better in Clash of Clans than raging the grass. I mean, you know that if you make the grass mad, then it will attack for you. That's the way it works. Right? Right? There we go. Okay, so our army is ready. Let's request for anything to scare the noobs once again. And let's go back out and grab some loot. Again, enjoying this Barch. Enjoying this Barch so much because it is so low maintenance. You don't have to find a whale of a base with tons and tons of loot. You don't have to hit 1,000,000 elixir per raid in order to profit. And that's why I love Barch so much. That's why I enjoy just sitting there and enjoying dead base farming in Crystal League, because it's most efficient. And actually, you know what I found out? Because I dropped with my Town Hall 10 and I dropped out of Legend League, which was so relieving. I have to admit, I'm not a trophy pusher by nature, but what I did enjoy was dropping trophies, because what I did was I brought my queen, and I would drop my queen and pop her ability to where she wouldn't lose any health, take out a storage, and then lose the trophies and go back out and find another base. And what was so great about that was it was zero cost, one infinite percentage of profit, and I had no cause for concern about trophies. So it was actually really, really cool. I actually maxed my elixir storage while I was dropping, which was super cool because I kept dropping it on elixir collectors and that were full, and really, really enjoyed myself. And I went down, what did I do? I went from 5,000 to 500, so it was a pretty mega drop. And I thought about it, you know, I was like, should I show this? And a lot of the it just didn't feel like the type of content a lot of people like. People love trophy pushing, and if you do, I get it, I understand, but I also don't get it because it is so dang stressful and there's so many clouds. So for those of you that are like career trophy pushers, I don't understand you, but I respect you. That's the way I feel there. I'm a career war player and got a 6-pack in the war this morning, but that's because I had to attack the lower bases and they weren't that great. So we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna forget about that. But either way, we're having a good time today. Ooh, and look at that base. That is a nice base. But a lot of the loot. Oh, and Robert Wiles with a $5 donation through Super Chat. Thank you, Robert, so much for the support. Remember, guys, every single dollar these days is going towards getting some new studio lights. So very grateful for that, Robert. Let's give some donation hype in the chat for Robert down in the chat. And then he says $5. He says that he knows the feeling. I was rear-ended in February some days ago, and it's hard to do anything. This is all I can get today. Well, thank you, Robert. I really appreciate it, man. I'm sorry about the accident. Car accidents can be really rough, man, but hopefully you're getting your time to relax and enjoy yourself. And actually, that makes Robert Wiles the current MVP of the day. So thank you, Robert, for that. And anybody that is out there that wants that MVP ranking, and I'm thinking about a few that seem to love that MVP ranking, Jesper, you've been challenged. $5 is now the current MVP. Thank you so much, my man. Now, again, searching to find more loot. Robert, I love you, man. Hope you get well soon. How do you donate? Type in the chat, ! Donate. Okay, whenever you do that, the bot will throw up a link for you to use, or you can look in the video description. The first link, I believe, is the donation link. I'm not sure, but here we go, guys. We got ourselves another dead Town Hall 9, and it is a labyrinth. It is actually one of those corridor bases, these hallway bases where they leave a set of walls open and then it leads directly to the town hall. I actually don't mind this one as much, but I don't like these type of bases. It seems too easy for people to just drop one golem and distract everything and kill you, you know? So that is not what I like, but at the same time, it's not gonna matter for this attack anyway because it's just Barch. So let's whoa, Scotty Max has just donated $30. Scotty, donation hype in the chat for Scotty, and he has taken the MVP. I will reset the MVP here in a moment. Scotty, thank you so much. Donation hype. Now let's $30. That's pretty significant. Definitely helping me out getting these lights. Now let's attack this base. I see that most of the loot is actually on the top and on the sides. So let's just kind of sweep this base. Let's just sweep this base. Not sweep the leg, that's a different movie, but let's attack this base here. There we go. And then our archers there. There's no actual loot, no actual dead collectors and mines on the right, so there's no sense in putting our troops down there. But we will definitely grab a lot, if not all, the loot on the bottom, the top, and the left. And I think we're doing a fairly decent job. The Dark Elixir seems to be eluding us right now because it's all behind the walls, as well as a couple of gold mines. So let's just see how successful we will be. I see a Dark Elixir drill here. That's, what is that, level 3 or something? I have no idea. Don't really know the levels. It's the same thing here. So I think that the biggest bang for our buck would be if we could send in our king, and if we send him at an angle to the left, hopefully he won't decide to go in after this this builder's hut that's behind this corridor. Hopefully we'll go through the wall. And if he does that, then that'd be fantastic. If not, perfect. All right, so he's going through the wall. There's no damage on the wall though, because actually a little bit because of the barbarians. Let's pop his ability. I might need my poison spell for the enemy queen. Hopefully he doesn't aggro this enemy queen, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. King is gonna go through, he's gonna grab this Dark Elixir. Please grab, what are you doing, King? What are you, why? Where are you going? Why are you abandoning your post? And now he's gonna come around and work on the builder hut. That was pure insanity right there. Like, why in the world would the king turn around? You are a moron, sir. You are just an absolute Loser. Okay, well, he got a little bit of it, so now it's more efficient for me to use my queen to grab this drill up here and also the gold mine. So let's actually deploy from this corner here. She's gonna go in on this camp. Hopefully she goes for the drill next, or maybe this wizard tower, not the archer tower. I think either way it's gonna work out. Perfect. Let's pop the queen's ability. She's gonna grab this dark elixir. The queen was brilliant, was very smart in this attack, and actually we're very close to a 2-star, so maybe if the queen... No, the queen's not going to be able to grab that 2-star for us. Unfortunately, she's going to bite the dust. I don't have time to close out for us. So, the king betrayed us, but the queen picked up the slack, so I guess we can be excited about that. And we got 335,000 gold, 336,000 elixir, and 954 dark elixir. Again, the cost of this army, super low, so the profit margin is absolutely beautiful. Now, we've got our next Barch already ready. Is that proper? Already ready? Good deal. All right, our next Barch is training up. Let's go out, and while we search, let's update this MVP. Our boy Scotty Max 5 has donated $30. Absolutely deserves the MVP now. Thank you, Scotty. Again, donation hype in the chat, and he didn't leave a message or anything. He just decided to donate and get out. So thank you very much for that. Again, every single dollar going towards some new equipment for the channel, new equipment for the office, getting, you know, making sure everything stays very high quality. And let's see, what else was I going to talk about? The Clashversary. I see that question about the Clashversary, and the Clashversary is actually, I have no idea. I didn't actually read up on what it is, how many years it has been since Clash of Clans started, but it is the Clashversary event, guys, and that means that we're going to be able to get a ton of loot for an excellent value today at the end of the stream. We've already pretty much maxed out our gold and our elixir storages. Our dark elixir storage is looking great as well, looking beautiful, but whoa! That is monstrous loot. Look at that, 900,000 elixir. Guys, we need some loot hype in the chat. 5 years for the Clashversary. Thank you for the heads up. Now, guys, 900,000 elixir. Now, if we were to manage to grab just a little bit of this, I would be super satisfied. So let's see. Is there any loot that we can snipe? Can we snipe? Yes, we can snipe that one. Can we snipe this one? Or is that cannon? No, we're gonna be able to snipe 2 of these collectors. Perfect. Let's take out this camp. And can we grab this elixir collector? Yes, we can. Excellent. Okay, I don't think we can get any of that. Let's start on the process. There's probably Teslas behind gold storages and whatnot, but let's snipe as much of this as we can. Apparently, this guy, and I can't read his name, maxed out his elixir storages and couldn't collect his elixir collectors. So, this guy's sitting on so much loot right now, guys. We need some loot hype in the chat. This is, yeah, Epic Gamer 123 OMG loot hype. 900,000 elixir. Now, the best thing we can do for ourselves this time, guys, is just be really strategic about this, because we want to get as much of this loot as we can. So let's distract the mortar on the barbarians, and then let's use mostly archers to snipe. Let's also distract that archer tower. So we definitely need these archers to take out these storages. All right, so we got these archers doing very well, taking out this first storage. Perfect, nicely done. And we've also got a ton of dark elixir we can grab as well. So let's see, where's dark? We got one there that's gonna have to be grabbed by the queen. There's no other dark elixir that's accessible. So let's do this way now. Barbarians, we're gonna get rid of these camps, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna take out this elixir storage on this exterior as well. Let's distract this mortar. Let's take out why archers? Go for the storage. You're supposed to be smart. You're not smart at all. Okay, we got our archers. We're gonna target the elixir collector. Let's get more archers in. Very nice. Let's keep distracting stuff. And dang it, that mortar is like the worst, like a sniper. We got a mortar that's a sniper. Stop that. Okay, fine. I'm abandoning that post. Let's now enjoy some barbarian spam. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And then some archer spam, and I spammed it all because I was not paying attention. So hopefully these archers and these barbarians can grab this elixir. And then, look at this, look at all this gold, guys. This is monstrous. This is amazing. So, where would be the most efficient place for us to use? I think, first of all, using our barbarians over here to break into this wall. Since there's only point defense here, they should be able to get in there, hopefully. Oh, wow, we got into the wall here. That's perfect. Nice. Okay, so we're running out of time. So what we need to do, I'm going to use my king. We're going to grab this gold out of these storages. We're going to use our queen to go in and multitask here because we do have some barbarians. Let's drop a rage spell, actually, to get these barbarians up and through. And hopefully this queen just goes into the base. There we go. Very nice. King's ability has been popped. Hopefully it goes toward this next gold storage. Perfect. Now the queen is single-handedly taking out a storage, and then a drill. And then maybe, if we're lucky, she'll turn onto that storage. We've only got 12 minutes to go, so there's a good chance we're going to run out of time before she gets to that storage. So that's very unfortunate for us. Are we going to get the victory? No, it looks like we're going to lose again, but that's okay because it's just Barch and not a big deal. So, look at the grab, guys. 742,000 elixir. That deserves some more loot hype in the chat right now. That was beautiful. We've also got 325,000 gold, which is respectable, and 1,179 dark elixir, which is all profit. So, not too bad. An excellent grab for the day so far. And it looks like we have now some Clan Castle Giants that we get to use in a future raid. Now, we got our Barch ready to go, or next Barch queued up. We got 20 seconds before our Barch is ready. The heroes are boosted, so everything is perfect, guys. I mean, really, everything is going very well. Let's get our next poison spell trained up. Let's get some more. I don't know why I'm sticking with just rage spell. Usually I do like jump, heal, rage and stuff, but nah, we're just gonna go straight in and rage everything and just go crazy. We're gonna rage more grass because that's how we do here on Klaus Gaming Clash of Clans. Now we got 10 seconds. We can wait for our heroes for 10 seconds. Good timing, actually. Get some water. Here we go. And heroes are good. Let's go out and find another base. You cannot complain when you're grabbing 800,000 gold. And then look at this. That is insane, guys. So look at that loot grab. We're sitting on 500,000 gold in elixir. We need some more loot hype up in that chat right now because White Walker is about to become Dead Walker and join the Walking Dead. So here we go. Let's do this. I am ready. Let's get this is, I mean, a perfect base for just some spam style Barch. All the collectors and mines are very, very accessible right now. Accessible? No, that's not the right word. Accessible. There we go. And then if we can grab all these collectors and mines on the outside, then hopefully one of these groups will get lucky and grab the dark elixir and we'll be good to go. So looks like the group on the left is struggling. The group on the right grabbed that drill. So now the only loot remaining, guys, is this dark elixir drill. So, and we're not going to win the attack. Again, I don't care. So let's pop the queen's ability. We're going to snipe this dark elixir drill. There we go. And we're going to close out. And look at that, guys. A fast... Wow. How long did that take? Like, anybody out there know? It's like 25 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. That was cool. So with a 30-second Barch raid, White Walker became Dead Walker and joined the Walking Dead. And now we're sitting on 473,000 gold, 478,000 elixir minus our 48,000 elixir cost, which means we profited 430,000 elixir plus 2,700 dark elixir. You know what? You can't get any better than that. You really can't. That's why I love my Barch. That's why I love the Barch, because it doesn't take anything to make it happen. It really is just super easy, super chill, and you can do it pretty much without thinking. So there we go. We got about, how long we got? We got about 3 minutes to go before our Barch is ready. We did find that was a first search, so something to consider. But we got ourselves 3 minutes to wait. And how much time in our boost? We've actually got 13 minutes left in our boost, which is actually not too bad. It's actually not too shabby. So, 13 minutes at 5 minutes per attack. We got time for maybe 3 more attacks. I'm not entirely sure. And then, like I said earlier, guys, we're going to be purchasing this Clashversary pack, 10 million gold, 10 million elixir, and 15,000 or 150,000. Wow, 150,000 dark elixir. And then on top of that, we get more gems for boosting. So that's perfect. All sponsored by Clashversary. Got all these for free by using their database. I got the money, the $20 by using Clashversary. So there's a link down below for that if you guys want to you know, get some free gems. But either way, guys, 3 minutes to go, or 2 minutes to go before our troops are ready. And yeah, I realize we're having some connection issues. I'll definitely be calling on my internet provider today again. We've been having internet issues for the past 2 weeks, but we're gonna get through it. I promise it will be okay. I do live on a farm about 10 miles away from town. My internet connection is via satellite, so we do have some buffering issues that happen on occasion. Hopefully it fixes itself. But here we go. We got about a minute and a half to go before our army is ready. I am so tempted to spend 10 gems to get an army going, but I will refrain. And here's something to celebrate. First of all, I've got enough Dark Elixir to upgrade my king without the Clashversary event. That's going to be pretty sweet. You know what? That's awesome, because we have 150,000 Dark Elixir coming, and the Queen only costs 80,000. That means we'll be able to put down both heroes today, which is beautiful. And we're gonna have a lot of extra loot. We have 4 builders going. The air defense is upgrading from a previous stream or a video. I don't remember which, but we have all this coming into play. Everything is lining up perfectly like the stars and astronomy and all that, so it's perfect. Very exciting, guys. And let's just say that we're gonna have a monstrous finale to this video. That's all I've got to say about that. The finale is gonna be just monstrous. I can't wait. 36 seconds remaining. We can wait. Now I am barching with you. The Barch is amazing like you. Well, Arbor, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're having some good luck. I'm glad that you're finding good loot like I am today. And let's just be fair. You said I'm awesome. I think you're awesome. It's a loving relationship we have here at the Klaus family. Thank you so much. We got 15 seconds to go, and then we'll go back out and find ourselves another base. And let's see, the boost is ending in about 10 minutes. So yeah, we probably will have enough time to do 2 more raids after this one. So that's 3 more raids, and it's beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Here we go. There we go. Nice. All right, let's go. Now I've got these clan castle giants, which aren't immensely useful, but they can lead like in front of something. So a king, maybe, like if usually I tank with my king. So what we do, and I might do this here in a minute, that's good loot, but it's not good for Barch, is what I'll do is I'll deploy my clan castle giants, which are what level? They're max. Wow, that is excellent, actually. So we might actually use them to break through a wall, and we'll lead in with the giants. We'll send the king in behind the giants, and then we'll send the queen in behind the king, and that'll create a very successful train to diving into the base. And hopefully, depending on the base we find, we'll be able to grab a whole bunch of loot, or maybe a town hall or something with that particular combination. Since I don't bring wall breakers to Barch because generally it's useless, it's gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to finding us our next big base. Will you buy this pack for the rush base? Probably not. I don't have any expectations for the rush base for war or anything, while with this account I do. So I will likely be spending the Clashversary pack for, like, buying the Clashversary pack on both my Tunnel 9 mini and my Tunnel 10 main. But you know what? You never know. I mean, I don't really, yeah, I mean, I could buy a few walls, I guess, with my main account. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, I guess. What happened to the troop event? I don't know. Why? Did they get rid of one prematurely, or what? What happens if you can only hold 8 million gold? Actually, the full, like, if you buy one of these events, it will actually go over your maximum. So right now, I can only hold 8 million gold, and the Clashversary event pack is 10 million. So, like, if I was to purchase it right now, like with this amount of loot that I have right now, it would actually fill me up and go over my limit. And 10 million would be added, so it actually would be 15,800,000 roughly. So that is the source of what will be a very interesting thumbnail for this video, which is currently streamed. It will be a video, and is it was going to be pretty amazing. Plus, I just saw, is it worth buying? Absolutely, it's worth buying, because you're not only are you going to be getting $20 of gems, which is already useful, but you're also getting about $100 roughly worth of loot. Like, if you were to buy all that loot with gems, it would probably cost you $100, and I wouldn't buy that. But because we have all that loot, coming for free, basically, it's totally worth it. It is totally worth it. Oh yeah, it's a lot of loot. It's gonna be 15 million. Probably more like 16 million because I've got a couple more attacks to go. So here we go, guys. Let's get some more loot hype up in the chat for another dead base. Best dragon is about to become the worst dragon because I'm going to beat him in the head with some Barch. That was a lot of bees. All right, let's go. Let's do this. And let's see. What do we have here? We have a ton of loot. I'm just going to spam style this one as well, guys. And then we'll use our Barch and, I'm sorry, our Giants of the Clan Castle and our heroes to do some wrecking. And that was actually my fail. That was my fail at deploying my archers. So there we go. Barbarians are down. Pretty much they're all dead because we had that delay, which is going to severely hinder the overall quality of our Barch attack. But the best thing, guys, is that our troops are decently strong. Unfortunately, we have a queen over here that's going to slow us down. But everything else looks like it's going to be pretty good. It looks like the most efficient location for us to dive into the base will be at the bottom. But let's just see here. We got one little elixir collector, which is terrible, right? Terrible, because it's so far away from everything else. So, oh man, this is terrible. Okay, let's use our giants here. They will actually very successfully tank. We'll wait until they get to the wall. There we go. Use the king. And then because everything will be nicely distracted here, I'm going to use my queen as well. Now, hopefully, this queen will actually, you know, like fishtail around to the side because the king and the giants are kind of doing all the funneling on the left-hand side. Because what I want is I want this queen to get this elixir collector up here while the king grabs all this loot on this other side. That would be the ideal thing. Donation hype. Oh, looks like we had a donation that I, for some reason, did not get an alert for, but let's see. It was Jonathan White with a $50 donation. Jonathan, you're a maniac, but I love you. Thank you so much. And donation hype in the chat, $50. And by the way, it looks like he has a very long message, so let's go ahead and read that once this is done, and he will become the new MVP. And the queen, as unruly as always, she has chosen to go the wrong direction and did not get this elixir collector like I asked her very, very nicely to do. I asked her very kindly. I said, please, Betty, please go get that elixir collector. And she's just like, yeah. So very, very unfortunate. There's the alert. How many, like several minutes late. That was terrible. But the good thing is the queen, in her unruly, rebellious nature, went for the dark elixir storage. So at least she did something right today. We only missed out on probably 50,000 elixir, which I guess we can live without. So not too bad. Plus we won the attack, and then baby Betty is getting after it and getting you know, about 100 gold per shot. So we're gonna let baby Betty do her thing. Let's read what Jonathan White has to say. He says, happy Clashversary. So happy Clashversary, everybody. He says, what would you personally like to see in the next couple of updates? I'm not asking for leaks, just wanted to know what you think should be added or should be changed in the game. So first of all, before I answer the question, I don't want to forget that Jonathan White, thank you, Jonathan, once again, my man, for being the MVP. Donation hype in the chat, and thank you so much for that. The name is now updated. There we go. And what should we see in the next update? I mean, the truth of the matter is, guys, is that Clash of Clans is really in an excellent state right now. I mean, there's always people out there that are requesting certain features that are just not gonna happen, like being able to share loot amongst clanmates or whatever, because then that will enable the lower level people to depend on the upper level people, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that type of entitlement in a game. So what about being able to use your heroes during war? Well, Supercell's never gonna do that because they make so much money on gems for people to gem the time on their heroes. And I mean, I'm the same way. I mean, I gemmed my time for my heroes because I didn't want to be out of war. So they're not going to do that. So what could they do? What could they change? Well, I think here's one thing I'd like to see change. You guys can disagree or agree with me. It's up to you. But I would like to see the Ice Wizard be added to the game in a more permanent way. During the Christmas special, I really, really enjoyed the Ice Wizard. The Ice Wizard was legit. So, and I learned how to use them. I mean, all you have to do is put 1 or 2 Ice Wizards behind a tank, and they will specifically target because they were a defense targeting ranged troop, which was super strong, like amazing. I managed to learn how to use them in a way to where I would really do a lot of damage and create a funnel even cheaper than normal. And even, you know, use them with the kill squad and wreck. So yeah, I would love to see the Ice Wizard be added as a more permanent fixture into the game. Also, one thing that I think would be really, really cool is if they were to add maybe some, I don't know, like another level to our Valkyries, because our Valkyries have had not a new level for a very long time. And yes, they might be very powerful at Town Hall 9, but they don't really have a lot of push into the upper levels of the game, at least it doesn't seem to. So adding another level of Valkyries for maybe Town Hall 10 or 11 or something would, I think, help out a lot in balancing the Valkyrie a little bit more, even though I think they're already a good troop. But overall, guys, especially speaking for Town Hall 9, the game is very balanced and it's in a great state. There's a lot of people out there that will post, and I think there's probably some YouTubers watching now that have done it, where they've posted a state of the game video, and generally those state of the game videos are kind of pessimistic. But if I was to do one now, I would say the game is in a very optimistic state where there's a lot of balance, there's a lot of variety, and there's a lot of loot too, because that's what happens when games are very old, is that they have a lot of players that have played for a while, they got to where they wanted, then they stop. That's natural. So there's a lot of dead bases out there. Trophy pushing is nice. Obviously, it would be nice if clouds were less terrible, but that is, you know, that's part of it as well. You know, clouds make trophy pushing difficult, and it needs to be difficult. So do I think they need to fix clouds? No, not really. I think clouds are a necessary evil for something like trophy pushing. And the last thing that I think would be nice is, I think they nerfed the balloons just a little, and that's not good. I think that if balloons need I think a little bit more, just a bit more. You know, they made them super strong, then they nerfed them, and I think that they over nerfed just a bit. If they were to bring them back just a bit, they would become an even more viable 10 out of 10 3-starring strategy, and then all of a sudden we'd be in a great position. So we're in a great position right now, as I said before, but things could change a little. People were asking about Builder Hall, you know, should they release Builder Hall 7 or whatever, and I think they will, but it's going to take a little while to do that, because it did take quite a bit of time for Builder Hall 6 to be released. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's all in good time, guys. I think that we're in a good position right now. I'm seeing people mentioning Ash. Is Ash out there? Is Ash out in the chat? And I just have not seen him. Ash, my man, if you're out there, I'm actually scrolling up. There we go. What's going on, Clash with Ash? Oh man, dude, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Shots fired? Not really, dude. I wasn't messing with you. I'm just saying there's always those the more optimistic YouTubers and then the more pessimistic YouTubers, and I happen to be optimistic, and that's just my personality. So either way, everyone's entitled to their opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. It's all good. But at the end of the day, we're all playing a game and we're enjoying it. We wanted to see it get better. So if people have ideas for how to make it better, I'm more than welcome, more than willing to listen. And by the way, looks like we've got ourselves a dead base, since we probably have a Barch already trained up and ready to go in the background. Let's go ahead and attack this one. It's got 400,000 gold, so I'm willing to spend a few troops and try to get as much of that as I can. So here's our Barch right here. Barbarians down, archers down as well. There we go. And then I've got my heroes to snipe whatever it is that we might miss at the end of the day. So, oh man, I've also, Ash, I modded you so that you have no longer the timer, the limit. And there we go. Ash, much love, Klaus. We love you. We love you for it, man. We love me for what? The optimism or the loot? Because the loot was great. All right, so we have a very efficient corner. This is nice. So we can get both the rest of the gold and the rest of the elixir. There's a little bit of dark elixir left, but I'm not too worried about it. So let's get the queen into that nook. She can actually grab this gold mine and obviously this elixir collector as well. Let's pop the king's abilities to recover some health. Let's also pop the queen's ability here for this gold mine, and then we'll go ahead and you know what, let's try to win the attack, actually. Let's win this attack, because what that'll do is that'll give us a little bit of a loot bonus, and we've lost a lot of trophies today because I've been so reckless and enjoying my Barch without any understanding, not any understanding, but any concern for trophies. So we will win that. We'll close out. The king died, unfortunately, but he was a good martyr. He was a good martyr. And now, guys, we're sitting on over 400,000 gold and a decent amount of elixir and not very great dark elixir. Let's just forget we saw that dark elixir. That was not good. But we have our Barch. Our boost is over. Wow, our boost is over. I sat there answering Jonathan's question forever, guys, and that's amazing. So next step, guys, because we have so much loot, why not just get more loot? Okay, so I'm gonna pop up this little cover here so that whenever it does ask me, you know, and sends in my email, it is tied to my personal email. So here we go. Let's purchase that. I'm all set. Very good. And 2,500 gems received and a ton of loot, guys. $20. I got all that through Cash for Apps. So, you know, if you want to get some free gems or money or whatever, there's a link down below for that. But guys, this is first of all an excellent source of a great thumbnail. So there we go. And now it is time to spend all of this loot. Oh my goodness. Happy Clashversary, everybody. Now let's spend some loot. I'm going to go over to my progress base right quick. And the first thing that I want to mention, besides removing this tree, this is definitely the highlight of the entire stream right there. We're going to grab us some loot by taking out... Actually, let's see how many gems we get from this tree while we're sitting here, because why not? How many gems? Come on. 3 experience and 0 gems. That was really anticlimactic. Okay, so let's start with Dark Elixir. I've got 226,000 Dark Elixir. This is crazy. 226,000 Dark Elixir. Unfortunately for us, our laboratory is busy, so we actually can't spend any loot on the lab, which I guess is a good thing. So first things first. Actually, you know what? Let's do this last. Let's save the heroes for last. So we have our air defense upgrading there. We don't have any elixir upgrades to go. So here's what I think we should do. And yeah, this is what we should do. Let's do some really boring, lame upgrades, okay? I know that sounds terrible, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend as little loot on gold using up our builders as possible. So the Wizard Tower, this is the new Wizard Tower for Tunnel 9, is finally gonna catch up to its brothers here and be a level 6 Wizard Tower. There's 2.2 million gold. We have 16 million. We've got plenty. So let's do this, guys. 2.2 million gold, 5-day upgrade in 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, so that didn't even make a dent in our storages. By the way, if you look at your storages, as you can see, they look the same, but in reality, we have twice as much gold as we should, so it should be spilling out all over the floor. That's what it should be doing. Same thing, that the glass should have shattered. What the heck? All right, well, either way, we're over capacity right now, and we've got a Wizard Tower going. We're gonna be spending 2 builders for heroes, so that means we've got 1 more builder to spend on defenses. So the next cheapest defense is this sweeper. This is actually the new sweeper for Tunnel 9. It will be level 4 along with its odd-shaped, long-nosed brother there. So let's do this one, 2.4 million gold, spending very little loot compared to how much we have. So let's do this, guys, in 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, so that all being done, very few defenses being upgraded because we're going to be spending, again, 2 builders on our heroes. Let's do the rest in walls. All right, let's do the rest in walls. Now we have ourselves, if we look over here, we have 12 million gold. How much in our treasury? We can't collect it because we're full, right? Can we collect it? No, we can't because we're full. Okay, let's spend all of our gold. Let's spend all of our elixir and then see what else we have in our treasury. So this is perfect, guys. We're gonna have to do 12 walls at once if it even lets us. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is ridiculous, guys. We're gonna spend 12 million on walls and we can't, the game won't even let me do it all at once. Like, that's what I'm saying. All right, so let's do, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna be able to do 8 at once, right? Yes, okay, let's do these 8 with gold. And that's a full gold storage of 8 million. It says max is 8 million, we're sitting on 12 million. This is ridiculous. This isn't even fair, man. Let's do this, guys. 8 million gold in 3, 2, 1, bam! All right, guys, that is only the tip of the iceberg because we got a little bit more. Let's kick this one over and do this. No, sir. Rebellious wall. Get over there, you skull. Get over there, you troll. What are you doing? Get over here. My iPad's glitching. Okay, so let's do this 4 with our gold here. In 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, that's 12 altogether so far. Now, let's do the 15. Actually, we'll have to do 8 with elixir, guys. This is a heck of a way to spend all of this. What are you doing? My iPad is glitching, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's do this 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And these 8 with elixir. So that's 8 million elixir. Wow, this is crazy, man. Little Jasper is growing up quick. That's right, Michael Lorbecki. That is absolutely right. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Bam! That is 20 walls so far, ladies and gentlemen. 20 walls. That's 20 million loot. so far. All right, 20 million loot. Now we've got about... We have to do 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's notch number 8. This will be 7 more million elixir. In 3, 2, 1. Bam. That is 27 walls. 27 million loot. Let's notch this baby and bring this guy up. And then let's let's grab our treasure. Let's make a withdrawal, okay? Actually, we're not gonna be able to get our dark elixir out of there, but we will get our golden elixir, and we can still do 3 more walls. So that will be 30 total walls today. Let's do this one with gold. Let's do these 2 with the elixir. And let's notch this guy out just so we can see. So guys, with the Clashversary event, while still doing 2 defenses and did a full boost of Barch, we have successfully upgraded 30 walls from level 8 to level 9. You're talking about a huge advancement in defensive strength on a base. That was it. That was amazing. That was just incredible. And now I am completely broke in both gold and dark elixir, which is fine because I won't have a builder for 4 days. Plenty of time to collect some more. Now, last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our king and our queen. Now, I think that it'll be good. It's a good idea for us to do the king first. And the reason why is because the queen is the bigger upgrade. So let's do the king first. We're finishing with the best for last. So let's upgrade this king, guys. 60,000 dark elixir. Guess again, we're sitting on 226,000 dark elixir. Our total capacity is 190,000. So we have exceeded maximum capacity. And for some reason, even though we're above capacity, this storage did not explode. So I don't know how that happened, but it did. It happened. So king is going down, guys. 60,000 dark elixir. 6.5 day upgrade in 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right, guys, and actually that maximizes our that actually dumps a little so we can we'll collect our treasure of dark elixir later, or we might not. Actually, everything is the safest building for your loot is actually the treasury. I think it's only like 3% is available to people who are attacking you, so it's actually better to leave your loot in the treasury if you can handle it. So we're gonna leave that dark elixir in there because we only need 80,000 to upgrade this queen, and we have 160,000 in our storage, 166 to be exact. So let's go ahead and upgrade this girl. This will be the finale of the stream, guys. 80,000 dark elixir, level 16 queen, and that is fantastic. So let's do this, guys. A 7-day upgrade. She'll be awake next Monday. So let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Awkward silence. Bam! Yes. Okay, guys, so that is all for the video, the stream. That was by far the biggest loot spending spree I've ever had. Definitely a great one. 30 walls, did a couple of whatever defenses, but mainly upgraded both of our heroes. Let me go in and actually opt out of war because I do not war without my heroes. And then, guys, that is going to be it for today, for now, for our Town Hall 9 Let's Play episode number whatever, 28 or whatever. Next thing, guys, is I'm going to take a quick break, develop a new title and stuff, and then I'm going to do some base reviews. So, guys, if you want your base reviewed, be sure to stick around, and I'll be opening up a random account, not this one, a random account to friend requests, and I will be doing base reviews based on those requests. So, again, stick around. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, guys. Like this video. Let's get a like spike on this stream because it totally worth it. Totally deserves it. And smack that subscribe button once again if you have not done so already, because we are the Klaus family and we have some fun daily Clash of Clans videos. And special thank you to all of those beautiful YouTubers out there. Kaya girl in the chat as well. So what's going on, Kaya? Clash with Ash. Did I hear somebody mention Powerbang? Is he out there too? Love all of you guys. And by the way, as I look, it might alert here in a moment, but as I look at the chat, Clash with Ash himself with a, there we go, there it is, Clash with Ash himself, CWA mobile gaming if you're from Europe, with a $5 tip. He says, just a goodbye tip, Klaus fam. Thank you, Ash, so very much for the support. I'd make you the MVP, but Jonathan White deserves it with his $50 donation, I'm just saying. So that is it for me, guys. Thank you all so much. I love y'all, and stick around for some base reviews, but I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.